Let's do some best bets for Thursday in the association, in the NBA playoffs. Joe Dellera, what do you like tomorrow?
I'm going to be on Michael Porter Jr. over 14.5 PR. I am going to rock with that.
Okay. Brandon Kravitz.
Yes, let's go. I need the Matt Moore vote of confidence that we're getting a Toradol shot or something.
Lidocaine, sir.
Lidocaine, give it to me. Inject it. Let's get this guy going. I am on Michael Porter Jr. over 9.5 points, so I'm kind of hoping for that boost. But my best bet on the night is Nuggets plus 4.5. Sprinkle on the money line for the Matt Mitchell rule. A lot of conversation about what the Thunder are doing to frustrate Jokic, but I mean, he was phenomenal in Game 5, and I expect the role guys to show up too.
Yeah.
Like I said, home dogs in Game 6 when they're down facing elimination. I talked about this earlier today. The numbers are not good. So I want to stress this from a side perspective before we talk MPJ. These numbers, if you haven't listened to Buckets yet, go listen to it. I walked into that podcast proudly ready to bet Nuggets money line and walked out with my tail between my legs, whimpering and telling David Payne to delete my quick slip from the episode description because of stuff that we talked about and what I found, because the trend is actually, while we were talking, I found this trend in it. Kelby Fiddles on Thunder. Sean's on Thunder. I was going to be on Nuggets. This is the trend, and this is a bad one. You guys ready for this?
I'm going to write
6,
this down.
You're down 3-2. So you're trying to stave off elimination, and you're a dog at home. Since 2003, 10-31 straight up at 24%. Wait for it. 13-28, 32% against the spread.
Seems bad.
They've lost by an average of 8.7 points, failed to cover by 4.6, and even when they've covered, so the Mitchell rule does exist here. They are 10-3 straight up if they cover. So 77% of the time, if they cover the number, they do win outright. So Matt Mitchell rule is in effect here, but it is bad. Like, the numbers are bad. And I was like, well, maybe this is just like first round stuff. Like, okay, they stole one early and then the team settled down and they beat them in 6. So I checked after the first round. Yeah, they're 5-12, 29% straight up. It's 7-10, 41% ATS. Better, which you would expect from better teams, but still not good. So this is a bad spot for the Denver Nuggets, which is why I cannot bet the side. Like, was ready to, because I said I got Game 1 wrong because I thought they were going to lose off of the rip coming off that Game 7. They threw everything at that game, won it, got blown out in Game 2 like I expected them to. Said Nuggets win Game 3. I said Thunder win Game 4. Thought it would be a blowout. Got that one wrong. I said Thunder Game 5. I said Thunder Game 5, Nuggets Game 6, coin flip Game 7. That's been the script I've been on. But the trends say I'm wrong, and that the Thunder are very likely to finish the job here tomorrow. Kravitz, what do you think about all that? You're more of a side better than Joe.
Well, I would wonder how many of those teams, so we're talking about 41 instances, how many of them had Nikola Jokic, who's arguably a top 10 player ever. Yep. I would also wonder how many of those teams played in Denver, the one real home court advantage in the entire NBA, and how many were 4-1 against the spread within the series they are currently in, entering that Game 6. That's one of the things that leads me towards the Nuggets. The Thunder are the better team. They have not been covering the number in this series. This series has been played tight, and the last game, the Nuggets had a 9-point lead late in the game, and the role players didn't show up. Well, what happens when a series goes back home? Role players wake up. All you need is Gordon and MPJ and Christian Brown to get their heads out of their ass, and they'll be fine. So the trend is strong, but I just wonder how many of those had Jokic.
I mean, look, this has been a bad year for trends too. So I'm with you. I'm just not going to bet it. I want to. This feels weird not betting this game on the side, but I'm just going to be like, I'm going to wimp out and I'm going to just duck out with my tail between my legs and head on out. I do want to note here, Mike Sandy, who tells us every single broadcast, let's not forget how much I despise Buddy Hield. Every single Buckets Live, Mike Sandy's come on and let us know how much he hates Buddy Hield. So shout out to Mike Sandy. And I love, if you're going to be a hater, be a generational one. All right, let's talk MPJ. Took the shot before Game 7, had a quality performance versus Los Angeles Clippers, got them past that one. Could not take it for Game 1, could not take it for Game 2. Did not want to take it necessarily before Game 3, wanted to stretch it out a little bit more. Could not. Took it before Game 3 because he was like, we got to get this game. Went all in, got a Game 3. I had to say this on Buckets, so I will say it again. This is like an important disclaimer because this stuff is really important, okay? I have no contact with the Denver Nuggets training staff. No one will tell me anything, even if I asked, which I wouldn't, but they would not tell me this. I am not going to get told he is or is not taking the lidocaine. It is a guessing game, okay? I am basing this solely off of Mike's comments after Game 3. That's it. I'm not going to get told any sort of inside information. I'm not going to get tipped off on it. This is not any sort of inside information. This is entirely, Mike said this after Game 3. I thought it was really interesting. We played the under in Game 4 and Game 5. My expectation is that with a week later, he is going to take it either in Game 6 or Game 7 and be able to probably knock down some shots. Now, he can take that shot, and the Oklahoma City Thunder, who after Game 3 had kind of been like, we can maybe help off of him a little bit. In Game 4, we're like, nope, never leaving Michael Porter Jr. ever again. And they have covered him much better. So, like, he can get the injection and feel better and still not get here on points. He can still just go under. That's entirely possible. He can not get the injection and hit 3 threes because Mike's an incredible shooter and then have a foul and get to the line, hit 2 free throws, and then he's over. That's entirely possible. But to me, this is over in Game 6 if he misses again in Game 7. That to me is if there's a Game 7. So I'm going to be on the over 9.5 points, Michael Porter Jr., Game 6. That's my lidocaine handicap for Michael Porter Jr. Joe,
Cosign.
Yeah, I mean,
my cap is cosign.
It just makes sense. Like you this is the last game of the season. If you lose, it's done. So like, when else are you going to take this? Like you have to win Game 6 to get to Game 7. If Denver had won Game 5, I think I would feel differently about taking this prop right now. But given the fact that they're in a win or stay home situation, I think that you have to back the spot. He's also been like super, super gutsy regardless. Like I took his under in the game after he had said that he got the shot, and I took RA under, and he fucking went out there and got 9 rebounds still. So like the dude is going to try. I think he's trying his damnedest, and we've seen it now too, where like the minutes kind of cascade down after like he had that great performance, played 43 minutes, then the next game 34. Then it's probably a little bit more sore, and we're down to like 29. Maybe he gets back there and is able to get a couple more minutes out there. So I like the PR. I think of rebounds as almost like a minute stat. If he's out there, he's going to grab them, and if he's making the buckets, then I think that we're in a decent spot too. So I like the PR. And Matt, I wanted to bring up one thing. It's not exactly a best bet, but Jokic's PA is at 36.5. Jokic had last game, I think it was a record because he had 5 assists on 20 potentials. Like that's like one of the worst ratios ever. And I think that I think his teammates shot like 30-something% on his shot or on his pass attempts. So like at home, I'm wondering it to a degree, is this a spot to maybe buy in on Jokic? That PA line is so low relative to his full season numbers, 36.5. He's hit that in 63% of games this season. The Oklahoma City series, Game 1, and then last game. So I'm a little nervous about it, but it does feel like he's maybe figured something out going 17 of 25 from the field last game against this Thunder defense. Yeah,
I think there's probably one way or another he probably gets there. If they his scoring, he seems to have figured out how to get to him in that game 5. Usually he doesn't regress after he figures out how to attack. And so I think that he'll probably come back and look like himself again here in game 6. Another reason to like the Nuggets, as Kravitz said. The assist line, yeah, like, look, they're going to leave those guys. Here's the big thing. The Nuggets got open corner threes. They got open corner threes over and over and over again. Role players don't shoot well on the road. They shoot better at home. Like Russell Westbrook, probably an over 3 spot. Don't know about Christian Brown. That one I don't know about. Christian Shaw is not looking good right now. He seems very uncertain. He was record scratching very badly. Aaron Gordon, probably points and assists is another one that I would probably maybe look at. Rebounds and assists. Rebounds and assists was the play that we were on in game 5. I think it's probably still a good play here again in game 6 with, again, playing a little bit better at home. So that's kind of the perspective. I do want to say, if you're playing Thunder, and again, I don't know, but if you're playing Thunder, the average margin of victory in these games, if the home team or if the road team wins this game, is 15 points. So go all the way with the escalator. There is, again, I get it because I played the escalators a couple times and gotten burned in the series because Denver always seems to kind of get this game into single digits. But that's kind of my question is, do we really think that the Thunder are getting out of the series with one total blowout? Like one? I don't. Like, a very simple script to me would be the Nuggets win close in game 6 and get blown out in game 7. To me, that is a completely reasonable script for what we could see here down the stretch. Spencer says, I have OKC in 6 at plus 475. Do you think a hedge would make sense even with the trends? Yeah, I think at 475 for sure. I think you can get, let's see, what's the at DK, so I have it up.
Nuggets are like plus 172.
Yeah, there's a 164 and there's a 172 in the market. Yeah, absolutely. I would say you should at least guarantee a profit at that point. That's what I would do. You're in a really good position for OKC in 6 here, but
yeah,
I would guarantee a profit.
It only depends if that's the only one that you bet, then then you need to judge it that way. If you bet like a bunch of those exact outcomes, you need to look at what you have, because you might have you don't want to be hedging on a spot where this would be the only thing to kind of get you out of that spot. If you would bet say 4 exact outcomes before the series, if this is your only one, then I'm cool with what Matt said.
Yeah. One of the things that I did going into this round of playoffs this year that I'm definitely going to do moving forward that helps with those situations, because a lot of us put in so many bets. I mean, first of all, track your bets, your bets yourself, track your bets on the Action Network app. But I'm also tracking just a simple notepad on my phone, my units gained and lost per each series. So I want to know how I'm doing on each series. That also tells me the read that I have, the numbers right there in front of me. I'm not playing a guessing game. And also with what Joe said, where you might have a couple of bets that are already placed on specific outcomes, and I'm trying to hit a certain number. I want to be up 3 units, and that's an arbitrary number, but I want to be up 3 units per series each round. And to me, that's a win in a big way. And one way to not get there is to over bet and over hedge. So just having that stuff jotted down is a really good way to help you throughout this chaotic time. Oh no, he muted himself again.
God, what do I keep doing? My keyboard is extremely loud, so I'm just trying to be polite, but then I get distracted. That's going to do it for Buckets Live. Thanks for joining us. We were supposed to have a show tomorrow night, Thursday. No show tomorrow night because I'm going to be at Nuggets Thunder game 6. So unfortunately, no game tomorrow night. We will be back on Sunday night, 10:30 Eastern, with the Future Jays, wrapping up whatever series are getting there. It could potentially, I guess, theoretically be another the Knicks. I think the Knicks would still be alive in that, or the Knicks and Celtics series would be continuing.
If there's a game 7, I might commit. It's like I'm gonna be wanting to die.
You're gonna be in a bad place. We're not rooting for that. So unless you're Brandon Anderson, he's rooting for that, but he's a bad friend. So I'm a good friend. I want good things for Knicks fans like Joe. Hope you guys have a good night. We'll see you guys again tomorrow. Make sure to check out Buckets tomorrow and on Friday and on Saturday with Kravitz says we will do a live show on Saturday morning. That show is like absolutely terrific. We're going to start doing them at noon Eastern time. So check out Saturday at noon Eastern, Buckets Live with me and Kravitz. It's a great show. We got a really great crowd. I appreciate everybody joining us. We'll see you guys again next time. Till then, let's get buckets.